So, they should be in shortly. The woman will probably be driving my dad mad with their gossiping, as per usual. It's my mum and Suzanne. Suzanne, she's the love of my life. Honestly, she's all the woman I could ever want, or cope with, mind you. Married people. My dad, he's a great bloke. You'll love him. He's absolutely wonderful. There's nothing I couldn't tell him. Honestly, he's an absolutely sound bloke. He comes across as being a bit of a miserable bugger at times, I have to admit, but honestly, he's absolutely sound as a pound. He used to say that to me a lot when I was a kid. He used to say, see you and me, son? Sound as a pound, that's what we are, sound as a pound. But they both are, right, my mum and my dad, just absolutely sound people, wonderful people. My mum, she's a bit funny. She's so easily wound up, it's unbelievable. Well, I remember when me and my brother found out what her maiden name was, my brother Mark. We knew her name was Andy because Dad used to call her Andy about the house and stuff, but one day Mark came across a birth certificate, okay? Well, it's Williams, Andy Williams. Yeah, a few chuckles. So yes, okay. This is the thing. My poor mum, right? It's the middle of the summer holidays, rainy day, so we're in the house. She's got a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old following her about the house constantly, and I mean constantly, all day, singing "I Can't Get Used to Losing You" and "Moon River." I tell you, me and my brother, we were incessant, absolute nightmares. Classic dad though. My mum, she gets my dad to tell us off that night, right? And as soon as she's out the room though, my dad's winking at us as he's pretending to be angry, telling us off. And he's going, yeah, if I hear one more word from your mum, he's doing this to us, that you're doing her head in, I'm going to take the both of you and knock you into next week. But he's doing this. 2 minutes later though, my mum, she's back in the room like nothing had happened, offering everyone a nice cup of tea. Classic. The Andy Metcalf recipe for difficult times. A nice cup of tea.
Anyone for a cup of tea? Nice cup of tea?
What did I tell you? Eh? I'll have one.
Suzanne, cup of tea?
No, thanks.
Oh, go on, it'll make you feel better.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
I've got some of them nice biscuits you like, you know, minty club.
I'm fine, honestly, Andrea.
But you've not eaten all day, love. You've got to have something.
I'm not hungry, honestly.
How about make a nice ham sandwich? You'll eat a ham sandwich.
Andrea, please, don't bother. I'm fine.
It's that nice German stuff you like from Aldi.
Andrea, for God's sake, she said she's fine. Stop bothering her. She doesn't want anything.
All right, no need to snap. I just thought, you know, you can't go all day with nothing. It's not going to make anything better, is it?
I know. Look, I'm sorry. I seem to remember there was a general offer of a cup of tea. Milk, 2 sugars.
You can get your own.
And I've hardly had anything all day either.
Hardly anything. What about that pasty and that bag of crisps? Not to mention the fish cake and chips you had in the canteen.
Yeah, hardly anything. Oh, come on, love. I'm sorry for snapping. Please?
Go on.
You really should eat something, love, you know. There's no point in starving yourself to death. It's not going to help anything.
I can't see anything helping this.
It's a hard decision and you need a clear head.
My head hasn't been clear for 3 months, John.
Yeah, mine neither, love. Mine neither, but... Look, now is the time we really need to talk about this.
I can't believe it's come to this.
I think I can make this easier on all of us. I've thought long and hard about what I want.
Let's just wait for Andrea to get back.
There you go, love.
Cheers, love.
Now, you don't need to drink it or eat anything, but it's all here if you want it.
Andrea, there's no sugar in this tea, love.
We don't take sugar.
Since when?
Since you can't fit into your old jeans, that's when.
And there's no sandwiches here either, Mum.
You've had plenty today.
Suzanne, listen, I don't want to face this any more than anyone else does. But some decisions are better made now than later.
I just don't think I can deal with it right now, John, okay?
That's all right, love. John, please.
We have to.
Come on, John. It's been a lot to take in.
Andrea, this is not going to go away today, tomorrow, or the next day. Oh, look. What's happened has happened and we can't change that. All right, we might not have to go up to the hospital tonight, but at least let's talk about how we feel about
I
this.
just want things to go back the way they were, okay? I just want things to go back like they were.
Suzanne, love, we all do. But I think we all know that's not going to happen.
You can't say that. You just can't say that. You don't know what's going to happen. You're not a doctor.
Andrea, please.
No, John. You just can't say that. Lots of things have happened that people have said were not going to happen.
You don't think I'd love there to be a chance? You don't think I'd give everything to have him back, eh? To go for a pint with him or, go to the match, but it's just not going to happen.
So everything you say is real, is it? Yeah, you've got the medical degree?
No, I haven't. But the 3 consultants we spoke to have. Oh, love, look. It tears my heart out, but our Greg is gone.
No, he isn't.
Oh, love, he is. His body might still be there, but that's it. Just a body. Everything that was our Greg died 4 days ago. Look, it's just machines and drugs that...
That's my little boy.
Suzanne, I'm sorry, but you can see why we've got to talk about this now. You heard what the consultant said.
Do you know, this is about hospital beds. It's got nothing to do with any of us. Oh, my son is about freeing up beds and money. Why should he die just to save the NHS money?
Yeah, perhaps it is. Or perhaps it's not. Perhaps it's about how we remember our son. Perhaps it's about Suzanne's husband, or James and Rachel and Noah's daddy. How long can those kids, or us, go on visiting a body? Is that how we want them to remember the daddy? Look, I can't keep grieving forever.
Yeah, well, you might want to forget him, but I won't, and neither will they.
It's not about forgetting. It's about remembering. It's about how we remember our son.
Yeah, well, you seem to have made your mind up already.
Andrea, listen, love. You heard what was said. We all did. But at the end of the day, it's not my decision, is it? It's Suzanne's. And we've got to support her and the kids through everything. Suzanne, I know it's really hard, but what do you think?
I want to think what Greg would have wanted.
I want to go. I can't do this to you anymore.
I don't know. We never talked about this kind of thing.
Well, nobody wants to think about things like that, do they? I mean, you just don't, do you, John?
Yeah, well, that was his bloody problem, wasn't it? Not thinking. He was bloody bulletproof, that lad. Oh, he was the same when he was a kid, Andrea. You remember his 9th birthday? Yeah? He tried to jump his bike over our Mark, yeah? We had 2 broken arms, him and our Mark.
What are you saying?
Sorry?
What are you trying to say? You're trying to say that it was his own fault, like?
No, of course that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying, is it, John?
No, of course not. I mean, but...
But?
Oh, well, you know.
No, John, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Well, why was he driving that dumper so close to the edge, yeah? I mean, I'm no dumper
John,
driver.
are you being serious? My husband, your son is lying half dead in a hospital bed and you're trying to say that it was his own fault?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Suzanne. I'm just saying he was... Our Greg was just a bit too full of life, wasn't he? Look, even the report didn't know why he was so close to that bloody edge.
All right, so that's it for you then, is it? You're on the company's side for this one, are you? The report's been written and that's the end of it. Bye, Greg. Bye all responsibility to that shower.
Look, we've got to be real about...
Real? John, you heard what the solicitor said. That company's still got a lot to answer for, regardless of what the whitewashed report said. You know what, you might be ready to lie down and let your son go without a fight. I'm certainly not going to let my husband go like that.
Oh, Suzanne, look, don't go. John just puts his big foot in it sometimes. Nobody's blaming Greg. You're not blaming Greg, are you, John?
Of course not.
We're all on the same side here, Suzanne. We just want what's for the best. We just want what's for the best, don't we, John?
Yeah, of course we do, love. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Greg was... what I was trying to say. You know what? I don't know what I was trying to say. I was just talking. Suzanne, love, please stay. We're all on the same side.
Nobody made me drive faster that day. I just wanted to get the job done. You know, the weather was bad, so I could get inside. Was I driving too close to the edge? Could I have read the ground better? Should there have been a barrier? Is this the company's fault or is it my own fault? Is this even about blame? There's too many what ifs. I can't take this anymore.
Look, it's been a really long day. I mean, maybe now wasn't the time to talk about this. I'm going to go to bed. We'll discuss it in the morning. I mean, nothing's going to change overnight, is it?
Still be up mistake, John.
Yeah, but I'm beat, love.
Yeah, you go to bed, John. You're right. Nothing's going to change overnight. Anyway, I've made my mind up. I'm not switching Greg off, not to free up a hospital bed. He deserves that bed just as much as anybody else does.
Of course he does.
Well, Susanna's his wife, that's your choice and your choice alone. But at least think of us.
You?
All right, think about the kids. Think about Greg. Think about how he was and how he is now. Suzanne, I love my son. I love him with everything I've got. But everything that was Greg is gone. Look, if I could bring him back, if I could swap places with him, I could, but I just can't.
Miracles happen!
No, they don't, Andrea. No, they don't. I wish they did, but they
Miracles
don't.
might not happen, John, okay? But science changes. And it might not happen tomorrow, might not happen the next day, but next year, the following year...
Yes, Susan.
Yes, years! As long as it takes, John! What's wrong with waiting for a chance, huh? Anyway, one thing's for certain, once you're dead, and then there is no chance, so 1 in a million's worth waiting for.
And I've heard people can still hear that listening to people that they love, or their favourite book or music, can really help. We could take up more of his things to the hospital. They said we could do that, didn't they?
1 in a million, eh? 1 million to 1 chance. Well, I suppose there's worse odds to play.
Right, Andrea, you're going to come up to the hospital.
What now?
Yeah, well, they said we can go up whenever we want, tell them what our answer is, so...
It's a bit late. John, do you want to come up?
No, I don't think I can. Not tonight, love. I'll go in the morning.
It is a bit late.
Andrea, please, it's only going to take an hour.
Look, love, I will go up to the hospital. I'll run you up, Suzanne. Why don't you dig out some of his books and stuff, yeah? Them things that you thought might help. It won't be long.
Oh. What's happened to his son? Huh? How did it come to this?
I'm so sorry, Mum. So sorry.
What would you want, huh?
I want to go. I can't do this to you anymore.
1 in a million. Miracles. Things can change.
Nothing can change now. The time for change was 3 months ago, before any of this started.
Oh, Greg, what were you thinking?
I wasn't.
I don't know what to do.
There's loads of little things I would do differently now. Anything. Anything not to bring it to this. It's time to move on, Mum.
That poor lass.
I want her to move on, to find somebody else, to be happy. I really, really do, but when I think about it, it's just so confusing.
Glad it's not my choice.
I made my choice 3 months ago, and now I can never unmake it.
Good night, son.
Goodbye, Mum. Can't get used to losing you, no matter what I'm trying to do. Gonna spend my whole life through loving you.
Husband,
Best mate.
lover,
Son.
confidant,
Brother.
best friend, boy,
Man.
daddy.
Statistic.
On your chair there was a post-it and a pen. If you would just take a few moments, please, to write a few words on that post-it about how you feel right now after watching that. Thank you.